What can you do when intermittent fasting stops working? Most people do really well when they start an intermittent fasting program, but it's not uncommon for people to hit weight loss plateaus while intermittent fasting. So in this video, I'm going to go over 3 specific strategies that you can use that's going to help you break through your weight loss plateau and help you keep losing weight. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is 𝘾𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙀. I've been a fitness trainer and gym owner for over 30 years. I've helped thousands of people lose weight and just get into amazing shape. The first strategy is probably the most obvious. You really have to improve your diet. See, most people lose weight even without changing their diet when they first start an intermittent fasting program. And the reason is that you're limiting your eating window, so most people automatically eat less food. Plus, you're getting the benefits of being in a fasted state, those hormonal benefits. You're increasing your insulin sensitivity. So initially, people will lose weight. But eventually, you need more than that. You really do have to improve your diet for that long-term weight loss. And what I recommend is switching to more of a low carbohydrate diet. See, eating low carb is very similar to fasting, because when you eat a low-carb diet, you're keeping your insulin levels low, which is going to help you lose weight. Plus, all the empty calories in your diet mostly come from carbohydrates. So when you're looking to reduce those empty calories, the foods that are not contributing to your health and to your nutrition, it's pretty much carbohydrates. See, there are no essential carbohydrates, meaning that when you eat proteins and when you eat fats, there are essential amino acids and there are essential fatty acids that the body can't make on its own. You have to get them through your diet. That's why you want to eat good quality, complete proteins. You want to eat good, healthy fats. But when it comes to carbohydrates, there's nothing essential about them. For example, the body can make carbohydrates through a process called gluconeogenesis whenever it needs to. So I think cutting carbs is one of the best ways, especially when you couple it with intermittent fasting, to lose weight and to keep it off long term. And this is my recommendation. If you're under 150 pounds, try to limit your carbohydrates to no more than 50 grams per day, which will be about 200 calories. If you're over 150 pounds, why don't you try to keep your carbohydrates under 100 grams a day, which is around 400 calories. And obviously, if you're a big guy, a big gal, you're over 200 pounds, you can go up to 100, 150, maybe 200 grams. But cut back on the carbohydrates. It's really going to help. Now, the second strategy is you might have to really count calories. You don't have to do it indefinitely, but I always feel like everyone will benefit from counting calories at least once in their life. You should just know automatically how many calories are generally in the foods that you eat. For example, a banana. A typical banana is about 100 calories. A baked potato, a medium-sized baked potato is about 100 calories. I've been counting calories on and off my whole life, so I just automatically know. And my general formula for weight loss when it comes to calorie counting is to go about 10, 11 times your body weight. So for example, if you're 150 pounds, you times that by 10. If you eat 1,500 calories a day, you're going to lose weight, especially if you're taking those 1,500 calories in with intermittent fasting. For example, if you're doing 16-8 and you have an 8-hour eating window, and say you decide to eat 2 meals only where you're consuming 1,500 calories in a low carbohydrate manner, you are going to lose tons of weight. I would almost guarantee it. When you go about 10 times your body weight, you're going to be in a calorie deficit of at least 500-600 calories. So counting calories, I think, is almost a guarantee that you're going to break through a weight loss plateau. And actually, I'm going to give you a PDF below this video. I have a PDF that really maps out how to calculate how many calories along with how much protein, how much fat, and how much carbohydrates, how to figure out your macros along with calories, depending upon how much you weigh. It's a great PDF. I think you'll really like it. Now, the third strategy is somewhat counterintuitive. It's actually the exact opposite of the first 2 strategies. See, sometimes when people start intermittent fasting, they actually just don't eat enough. The calories are actually too low. So initially, they lose weight. They can lose weight for weeks, but then all of a sudden, they hit a weight loss plateau. And one of the reasons why they're hitting the plateau is because the metabolism is slowing down. See, whenever you lose weight, there's something called metabolic adaptation. So your metabolism will always slow down because you're smaller. It's like a way of survival. You don't need as much food to survive. But if you restrict calories too much, you can actually have way too much of a metabolism slow down. It always like over-exaggerated, like overcompensates. So by taking diet breaks, that's the third strategy, taking a diet break and increasing your calories, it actually boosts your metabolism. This is kind of like a bodybuilding trick. You know, I used to train bodybuilders years ago, plus I did a lot of bodybuilding in my life, and it seemed counterintuitive. You know, you're cutting, you're restricting calories, all of a sudden you hit a weight loss plateau. You up your calories for a week, you go right back to your diet, and you start burning more body fat. It's really incredible how well it can work. So that would be my third strategy. If you've been intermittent fasting for a while and you hit a plateau, take a week off. Go back to eating 3 meals a day. Don't go crazy. I mean, don't eat a tons of food. Increase your calories anywhere between, say, 300 to 500 calories. I would use the same rule. If you're under 150 pounds, increase your calories by 300 calories for the day. Have a little snack, have one more meal. If you're over 150 pounds, increase your calories by about 500 and do it for about a week. Then go right back to your normal intermittent fasting protocol. And don't be afraid if you gain a pound or two when you take the diet break. Once you go right back to your strict, like 2 meals a day intermittent fasting, the weight's gonna come off, believe me. I also wanna go over a couple of bonus strategies. And one is, don't get stuck doing only one type of intermittent fasting. For example, if you're doing 16-8 and all of a sudden you stop losing weight, experiment, try an OMAD day. Try only eating 1 meal a day, maybe 1 day a week. Or instead of doing 16-8, try fasting for 18 hours and then taking in all your calories within a 6-hour eating window. You can do something like a 5-2, where you, for example, eat normally for 5 days and then you restrict your calories and do like 2 fasting days. There's so many different ways to do intermittent fasting. So if you hit a plateau, experiment. Okay, try different things. And the final strategy I want to talk about is you have to do some type of resistance training. See, resistance training maintains your muscle mass, and it's going to stop your metabolism from slowing down. Now, you don't have to join a gym. You don't have to do like an elaborate bodybuilding that type routine. Just do like body weight movements at home. Just do body weight squats, push-ups, hold a plank for 30 seconds. Spend 10 minutes 3 days a week doing some type of resistance training to maintain your muscle mass. Now, if you want to learn more about low-carb eating and intermittent fasting, check out this playlist of videos.